Today I saw the Black Panther, Marvel's new film, and it's kind of already a week out by this point. And I waited a week because there was a lot of hype for the movie and there was a lot of people wanting to see it, and I didn't want to go to the cinema and end up in the front row looking up at it. It was silly. So I saw it today at 4 o'clock, and there was a few people. There was a few people in the cinema with me, and usually when I go to the cinema, most of the time there's nobody. There might be. Remember when I saw Star Wars? There was like a couple behind me, but then it was like 2 months after the film came out. So yeah. But yeah, so it was interesting for me for there to be an audience, you know, and I think it really did tell a lot, because I'm glad I wasn't the only one that felt the same about some of the film. So the movie is really about Uganda. I think Uganda's a real country in Africa, isn't it? But in the Marvel universe anyway, an asteroid hit this part of Africa thousands of years ago. Stuff grew out from it, and the people there have been able. Well, first of all, there was a superhero who got like the Black Panther, at some of the stuff, the plants or stuff, and anyway, he's managed to unify 4 out of the 5 big tribes of the time, and the 5th tribe went up to the mountains anyway, which plays an important role later on in the film, which is fair enough. So that it just kind of introduced the main character, the Black Panther, and his father was killed, which we saw in a previous film. I can't remember which. I think it was Civil War, or was it Age of Ultron? I was the whole time sitting there. When does this film take place? Where's Captain America? I think it says at the beginning of the film, I think it's supposed to take place like a couple of days after Civil War. I think it's supposed to take place whilst Captain America Civil War film's happening. I wasn't really too sure. They weren't really specific about the timeline, Should have clarified that more, I thought. Because the whole time I was going, well, spoilers for that film. It's been out a couple of years now. But it's like, where's Captain America? I thought Captain America was hiding out with Black Panther. But he wasn't. He wasn't in the movie at all. So I guess he was hiding out somewhere else. So the whole city of these 4 tribes, developed technology faster than the Western world did, and they managed to hide themselves with a cloaking device, their city, and which is pretty cool. It's dense trees, and so the rest of the world thinks that they're just a farming country, basically, but they're, unlike some other countries in Africa, they're not really poor. They're actually okay, and everybody's happy with the king, and that's because they're really far off better than the rest of the world. But anyway, so that kind of sets up the film, and then really the first hour of the movie is trying to stop Gollum from Lord of the Rings, the 6 movies, Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, because he was in the other films trying to get the precious metal, his precious, it's the same kind of storyline. He's trying to get his precious, and then Bilbo Baggins shows up to try and help Black Panther stop him. Only this time he's got a really bad American accent. Why wasn't he just English? MI5? Job done. Why not? No, he has to be American and CIA, and it was stupid. Um, but anyway, that was yeah. But like there's a lot more storyline going on into it. But yeah, that was kind of the first hour of the film, and then the second hour of the film was something like it was Gollum's right hand man, and it was showing like who he really is. So, but the first hour of the film, I laughed a couple of times. I rolled my eyes a couple of times. The car chase wasn't. Um, it was alright. I seen better. But it was kind of cool. The special effects were a bit all over the place. The suits were great. So I thought the film was alright, basically. I mean, it's kind of like Ant-Man. You don't really need to see it. It's like, and here's, like, in Civil War, it was just like, here's Ant-Man. Cool. And later on I saw Ant-Man, I was just like, yeah, that's okay. That's a good film. I'm not going to watch it again. Same with Black Panther. I'm not. There's no real reason for me to watch this film again. Even though like there's such an advanced culture, yet they hold on to their really old ways of doing things that really don't really make any sense anymore. As like the line of succession can be, challenged by the head of another tribe. Um, uh, I guess that's kind of progressive, because that's what happened at the start of the film, uh, and then it happened again later on, and when it happened again, it was so obvious. That's the point of this film. I knew what was going to happen. I knew what was going. Yeah, this is going to happen now. This is going to happen now. This is going to happen before it even happened. Because I've saw so many films, but that's the thing. It really isn't a film for. Well, it's a family film, like, but it isn't really a film for adults because they know what's going to happen. I knew what was going to happen. Kids, fine. Yeah, it's pretty fun film for kids. Yeah, there was teenagers would like it too, I guess. So that's kind of my review of the film. It was alright. It wasn't great. Um, it wasn't the best film. It was different, but it was kind of. It reminded me of a lot of Thor Ragnarok. Especially the second hour. I'm going forward now. I'm going to go forward with some spoilers, because in the second hour we found out that Gollum's right hand man ends up being the cousin of the king of Black Panther, and he tries to take the throne, and that's the second hour of the film, and it was just like, well, that's Thor Ragnarok, except in this one we get to know more about the bad guy, which was really good, which was really cool, and really cool. But yeah, it was because we saw some backstory that went back to like 1992, and that was like, whoa, okay, cool, and it's like, because the Black Panther's been around for thousands of years, and yet we've only seen him now. Like, where was? Okay, I guess he was in a couple of films, but yeah. So it's kind of like, I want to keep this movie review short, actually. because I didn't hate the film. I enjoyed it. I thought it was great in the cinema, you know. Um, but at the same time, I've no really reason to watch it again. Like there's a romantic storyline in it as well. Will they, won't they, kind of a thing, and with the Black Panther and his, a girl from another tribe, whatever, and so that's really it. um, there's the Nordy sister, who's kind of funny. I laughed about 3 or 4 times in the film. I rolled my eyes twice. Um, I thought all the set designs and everything was good. That's what I mean. Like, I don't think it was the same standard as like a Captain America film though. Um, but maybe they're going for less is more, because there wasn't a lot of action scenes in the film. They were talking a lot, talkie, all the time, and the whole time, like the whole asteroid coming to Earth, and then they were taking advantage of that technology. Like they were developing technology from the precious metal, the precious stuff, and that just reminded me of Command and Conquer, the video game, because that was like uranium or whatever, and that's the whole plot line in Command and Conquer. Like they all want this stuff. Like the whole planet wants this stuff, and they go to war over it. But like the whole thing of where the king was like, the world, like, we've stayed away from the world because we're afraid of technology might influence people, but the world is the world's going to catch up with us pretty soon, like maybe the next decade or so. So like we kind of have to go, here we are, here's and there was a scene at the very end after a few credits, like they were in the UN, and it's just like, yeah, here we are with our technology. And it's just like, oh well, thanks. There's been a few alien invasions, but yeah, thanks. So I guess they're setting up for the Age of Ultron. Oh, Age of Ultron. The Infamy Wars. Um, which is fair enough, because if there is a really big alien invasion, they're going to need Earth kind of up to date with spaceships and stuff, with energy weapons and stuff. But it was cool, like, Smeagol opened his arm up and it was an energy gun. That was fun. That was good. So that's what I was saying. Like, but there's no real scenes that I kind of went, oh, that's really good, but I was just like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen. It's a bit cliched, but it's just like, yeah, yeah, and except for like the main bad guys in this movie, they're dead, they're gone, and I was like, really? Okay. That's not good. But I guess he's a different kind of superhero. Like he's willing to kill his enemies. Um, don't know what way that is going to be like going forward for the rest of the superheroes, because some of them don't like killing, you know. Um, but I guess, well, some of them do too. But like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So, yeah, I recommend this. Like, it's a kids movie basically. Um, there's nothing really to it. I did enjoy it. If it's on, eventually it'll be on the telly. I'll probably watch some of the action scenes again. All the dialogue scenes, whatever. Um, it's just kind of world building, the Marvel Universe world building, which is nice. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see now what Tony Stark makes of all of it. Um, you know, that'll be funny, I guess. Uh, but other than that, I think I've said all I need to say. Yeah. So don't believe the hype. But yeah, I guess it is a big deal for uh, Africans, I guess. But like he's been around. Black Cougar's been around for ages. But like this is the big first. But I don't really see race. I was just watching the film, and it's going. He's could have done better. Maybe do well in the next film. It was the same with Thor. I didn't like the first Thor film. I liked the second one. I really liked the third one. So I guess maybe, but yeah, Black Panther made more money in one weekend than um, what was it? Justice League made in like 4 months. But I was saying, yeah, but it's to say Black Panther might make much more money then after that because everybody's seen it. Uh, yeah, everybody's seen it, so I think everybody who was going to see it has seen it. Maybe there will be a couple of repeat viewings. So it might make some more money, but yeah, I don't know. um, yeah, I just thought it was good, but it could have been better. Oh well, that's it. But Infinity War is there was a big trailer for Infinity War before the film, and so everybody's going to be in that, and all the tribes from Black Panther's going to be in that. So I guess you do need to see the film, but yeah. So, but it just feels like its own independent thing. It doesn't feel like it's a part of the universe because there was nobody else in it. You know, even in Spider Man, Iron Man was in it. Um, okay, that's it. All right. See you later. Thanks for watching. Oh yeah, remember to subscribe and there's some other films videos here. So thanks for watching. See you later.